What's going on, YouTube? Today I bring you some breaking news from the NFL. Really, some unfortunate news. Just the entire situation around really sucks. John Gruden, former head coach of the Raiders, has decided to resign, step down as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. 4 years, I believe, 4 years into his 10-year contract. It has come out that John Gruden has said some very horrible things to multiple different NFL officials, executives, and players over his time in the NFL and with ESPN. To quote an official notice here, Gruden, now the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, casually and frequently unleashed misogynistic and homophobic language over several years to denigrate people around the game and to mock some of the league's momentous changes. He denounced the emergence of women as referees, the drafting of a gay player, and the tolerance of players protesting during the playing of the national anthem, according to emails reviewed by the New York Times. Gruden's messages were sent to Bruce Allen, the former president of the Washington football team, and others while he was working at ESPN as a color analyst during Monday Night Football, the sports network's weekly primetime telecast of the NFL games. In the emails, Gruden called the league's commissioner and trigger warning for anyone that does not want to hear any offensive words. He called the league's commissioner Roger Goodell a faggot and a clueless anti-football pussy and said that Goodell should not have pressured Jeff Fisher, the then coach of the Rams, to draft, quote, queers, a reference to Michael Sam, a gay player chosen by the team in 2014. In numerous emails during a 7-year period ending in early 2018, Gruden criticized Goodell in the league for trying to reduce concussions and said that Eric Reed, a player who had demonstrated during the playing of the national anthem, should be fired. In several instances, Gruden used a homophobic slur to refer to Goodell and offensive language to describe some NFL owners, coaches, and journalists over who cover the league. So obviously, this is horrible. Um, when the news first came out of him comparing um, NFLPA's members' lips to quote Michelin tires, obviously making fun of the lip size. I was not too quick to be one of the people on that train. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of cancel culture, and I don't like pointing out people's mistakes to say that's who they are. But when you have numerous accounts now of past emails sent to multiple people, multiple different things to said to multiple people, and just over and over. It's kind of hard to look at John Gruden and say he's really anything other than that. It's disgusting from him. Um, and if he hadn't resigned, he would have been fired. There's no doubt about that. Honestly, I don't think he would have been fired if all that it was the lips comment. But with all this, it's just not okay. There's certainly a disagreement between some people as to what's acceptable to say and what isn't, what shouldn't be canceled and what should be canceled. But some of the things that John Gruden has said, it's just simply not acceptable, and especially not in today's world and culture. It's not a place really anywhere, but especially for the NFL. It's just not a place. Criticizing the league for trying to limit concussions and injuries, to me, is horrible. I think one of the first priorities in coaching a sport should be keeping the players healthy, and Gruden obviously just does not value that. And there's a lot here to unpack, but at the end of the day, it's horrible, really, of John Gruden. And he has officially stepped down as the Raiders' head coach. I really don't see any future for him in the NFL or in football. Um, but that is just some breaking news for you guys. It is really saddening to see, not only from John Gruden, but also just in general, that someone a good football mind can be that type of person. But sometimes that's just the case, and that was the case with John Gruden. And so the Raiders will move on. Looking at their coordinators, if I had to take a guess at who could step up to be John Gruden's replacement in the current in this current season, since obviously it's only week 6, you're probably not going to go just sign a new coach. I'd imagine Gus Bradley probably steps up as their interim head coach for the time being. And who knows, maybe something comes out of that. But either way, that is the breaking news for you guys. Although it's a horrible thing, we move on. And the Raiders will move on, obviously. And, it's again, just it's awful, the things he said, especially addressing certain players as the quote queer player, according to John Gruden. That's a person. Like, I don't think your his sexual preference should have anything to do with football. And if you want to have those opinions, that's fine, but keep them to yourself at the very least. And it also kind of just makes you wonder, like, how did he feel about having the first gay player to play a game on his team, and has he treated that player any differently? I hope not, but like I said, that is the breaking news for you guys, though. So if you liked the video, which I mean you probably didn't, but to help me support the channel, a like, subscribe, a comment would be great for that. Do you think Greg Olson or Gus Bradley will step up as the Raiders interim head coach? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.